Good evening and welcome to Jackal Garage. I'm your host, Mike, and with me is
I'm here.
Jeff. And there's his hand waving in the screen.
I'm a
Uh,
slacker today.
he's getting all the pictures ready for the show because we got deep into a awesome conversation prior to the show, and we totally forgot to do what we're supposed to do, which is
Yeah,
get ready for the show. But luckily, it's just Jeff and I right now, so nobody's the wiser. Um,
how you been, Mike?
I've been good, just working and getting stuff done, and just yeah, life.
The truth is, I actually perfected my invisibility potion, and I'm actually sitting there. You just can't see me.
Well, all right. Well, I need some of that so when I go to work, I can just disappear and nobody will know. Hey, Don has joined us, Mr. Soft Skin himself.
I saw that exchange.
And Tim has joined us as well. Hey, Tim, how you doing, buddy? Uh, yeah, that was quite the exchange on Discord today. Um, I don't know what else to say to
I,
that.
I don't know why, but the password is giving me a ration of issues.
The password. I don't know how to help you with that.
I got it.
All right.
Woo!
So,
Okay. Who? What? No one's saying nothing that I can see here.
under Gaslands, you should find a photo. I posted the
I,
photo of the
I was
must.
talking. I was talking about the comments.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
I
Gotcha.
was waiting for my computer to catch up.
Gotcha. Today on the show, we got a lot going on. I'm gonna kind of go over some new cars that I picked up. So there's some new Hot Wheels on the market right now for the end of 2020, and the 2021 Hot Wheels are starting to hit the market. And there's one car so far that I've seen in all the unboxings of the cases from Hot Wheels that I'm really wanting to find because I think it really is going to fit for Gaslands and Diecast Auto Mayhem itself. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. And then I'm going to go over a product that I received in the mail. Actually, a lot of product that I received in the mail from a company called Dice Mechanic Games. And I bought a bunch of wheels, and I want to show you guys these wheels. They're out of the UK, and they also have their own rule system for diecast cars. So I kind of want to show all that stuff off to you guys and let you see it, see what you think, and then after that, I'm going to dive back into my coupe. How you doing on your Big Air Bel Air?
Uh, Pretty well actually. I just got to um do some more work on it tonight.
Okay, so Jeff's just got to do some more work on it tonight, and he'll be
I,
good to go.
I am really upset with myself that I actually forgot to put this together. I completely screwed it up.
Well, it happens. We're not all perfect. How much more time? I'm stalling as much as I can.
Go ahead into your stuff, and I'll jump when I'm done.
Okay.
We'll do this
So
after you get done with your other stuff.
let's talk about some new cars first because this will give Jeff enough time to finish up what he's got going on. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take full screen since Jeff's actually not doing anything since he's not sitting there.
Yeah.
So I continued on with my stripping of cars, unpackaging them, stripping them. I did another bone crush or bone shaker, just because these are really popular cars for diecast mayhem type games. So I wanted to get another one of these done. But I also did the 1971 El Camino. So if you've seen this car floating around, this car's kind of already set up for Gaslands. And I've shown this car before when we first started doing the Monday night Gasland shows for Jackal Garage. As one of those cars you don't have to do a lot of work to get them ready for the table. You just add some weapons, but it's got this cool engine back here. Trying to show you that without it getting any glare on it. There you go. So it's got that cool engine back there. That kind of gives you that cool Gaslands vibe. And those could also be flamethrowers or whatever you want them in the back. So I stripped one of these down just for my collection. Again, I'm screwing and tapping the bolts or the posts down because that's the kind of guy I am these days. And the other one I did was the Night Shifter. So Night Shifter, I have not built one of these for myself yet, but I am going to do one soon. But this is another one of those cars kind of already suited for the games. It's got these kind of tanks back here on the engine. Let me see if I can zoom in better on this. It's got those tanks back there in the backside, and it's got this cool engine up top on the front. So it's already got kind of a unique look to it. Plus, it's got these, I don't know what to call them, these flared pieces coming off the back that just looks kind of cool. So it already has a cool Gaslands vibe, and it wouldn't be that hard just to add a few weapons to it. Good evening, David. Thank you for joining us, sir. It's already got some weapons on it, but I went ahead and stripped one down, put it back together, and put it back in the packaging because I actually am having a lot of fun just doing this. Just taking a few cars, stripping them down, and putting them back in the package again. And again, I'm probably going to use these to give away once we start gaming again, or do them as prize support or something like that in the future. Next, I wanted to talk about some new cars coming out from Hot Wheels. The first one up is this 1970s Chevelle SS. And this is just a really nice looking Chevelle if that is the kind of car you're into. This is one of the newer ones for towards the end of 2020. And it's just a good looking car. So I just picked up a few of them because I just like Chevelles. I think they're nice cars. And I think they'll work great for Gaslands. So I got one of those. The other thing I got is the 64 Chevy Chevelle SS. So this is the older style, the square-bodied style. What year was Darren's car?
I believe a 66.
Okay. Was it a Chevelle?
Yes.
Okay. But was it so it was the different lights in the back, right?
Yeah, it was a shoe block, and the lights were probably different in the very back of it.
Yeah. So anyways, they got this one out too. Again, cool engine sticking out of it, which you could use for parts for other cars if you so desired, and you could then put a gun sticking out of that area. Flat bodied, so you got lots of surfaces to put weapons and stuff on. Again, I'm an American muscle car fanatic, so I like to get as many of those as I can. And then it also has the Outlaw logo on it, so it's kind of cool. And again, we've talked about how to remove these tampos and keeping the original paint, so if you ever wanted to do that. The other car I got is the Fred Flintstone Mobile. I just got a couple of these. I actually picked you one up, Jeff.
Woo!
Because I figured maybe your grandkids might like having the Fred Flintstone machine.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I want to build a team. I want 3 of them. I'm going to call one Yabba, the other one Dabba, and the last one Do. It's just a naming convention. I'm just weird that way. So those are some new cars in the mainline series.
Ooh.
These are out of all of them that I bought this weekend. I bought over 100 cars this weekend, just to let you guys know how bad the addiction is, and it is real. I bought over $100 worth of cars this weekend.
Mike, I'm glad you brought that up because what we've actually staged here is an intervention.
Is that what this is? You guys are gonna. Yeah, one shopping trip. So when I go out shopping, I told you guys I need to film it one of these days so you can see what I go through. I came across 4 fresh dump bins of cars, and I just did a lot of backstocking of cars that I really like. I got a bunch of Bel Airs and Erikensteins and Bone Shaker, just a bunch of cars. But these are 3 of the newer ones I wanted to show you guys.
When you film your shopping spree, can we have someone follow you filming your shopping spree? Because I want to see you with a headband on with your GoPro attached, while you're shopping for cars. I just want to see that part of it.
I'll just have Tim film us next time we go shopping. And then it is Christmas time, like I said. Can I pay rent in Hot Wheels? I'm not opposed to that, Joe. I'm not opposed at all. David, I was at the Walmart in El Mirage, so it's the one off of Thunderbird and Dysart in El Mirage. So Hot Wheels do seasonal Hot Wheels, as you know, and these are the Christmas ones that came out. This is 2 of the 6 that came out. I just didn't care about the other 4. Either they were clear bodied or just funky cars I didn't care about. But these 2 I kind of thought were cool.
I went to real that one.
One, I thought these would look good in Gasland. So you got this Rockster one, which is kind of like a Humvee style 4-wheel drive, kind of short bodied car. It's like, okay, that has potential to be a cool car in Hot Wheels or in Gaslands. But it was the evil twin that really caught my attention because this has 2 engines in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just an old style round body type car. I don't know what it's modeled after. It's got these really cool long exhaust pipes sticking out of it. And it's just got a cool look to it. So I'm thinking I might be able to do something neat with this. So these are I picked these up at Fry's. I don't know if they'll be on sale at all the different stores.
Right.
But I got them at Fry's. And but I did like this evil twin car. And again, I could also just take the motors out and mount the motors. There'll be side mount motors. So if I do another one of those crazy motorcycles, the man manglers,
right.
I'll have some other side motors that I can use to do something kind of cool with. So that's if I choose to strip them down. So anyways, that is my new car news.
Woo!
New car news. I like the way that sounds. So anyways, if you guys are out, now's the time. Christmas time is here. All the stores are going to get dump bins, and Fry's is going to get tons of cars in. Walmart's, those are the only, Fry's and Walmart's are the only 2 places I primarily hit for my new cars. But, I also go over to Postal Plus More over at 19th Avenue Northern to get additional cars, like older cars and things like that. But yeah, I had a crazy shopping weekend for cars.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I am ready to go through some of the pictures. If you'd like.
You're there.
Here we go. This is last week you saw me. I put up a picture of what Tim was going to work on. He got that body repainted, but this is actually the finished product. And I think it looks really good.
Yes, this is for his father.
His father, yeah.
Yeah, so he just did a really stripped down basic paint job and just made it a functioning car again. Yeah,
no, it looks really, really good. The yellow looks really, really smooth. And then his panel lining it's really nice.
Yeah.
So I really like this car. This next picture, however, if you're squeamish, look away or turn off the live stream. But we had our first injury.
Oh no!
Don apparently did something to his finger. He wanted to blame the
citrus strip.
But yeah, so always practice safety.
Right.
Always be careful.
If you have soft skin, wear gloves before you start messing with the citrus strip, as taught to us by Don.
I actually think, as he mentioned in one of his comments, that he was using a pin vise to drill out his Hot Wheels. That could be where he was pressing on that pin vise. I don't know, but I wanted to point that out. We've had our first injury.
Our first Gaslands injury. Brought to us by Don.
And
Mr. Sensitivity, yes.
I don't know if he's talking about me or about Don.
I think Don.
Don's sensitive skin.
Well, what's funny about this is because last night I was like dipping my fingers right into the citrus strip and pulling car bodies out. and knocking off, like, I didn't even have gloves on because I've never. And then Don puts this picture up this afternoon. I'm like, God, he has to have really some. And then his response was, "Well, I am an IT guy." And that kind of ended everything.
He hasn't commented yet, so I didn't think he's watching.
He probably, or he's just hiding in shame and not watching.
I just thought he posted it. He posted it on our Discord channel, so I figured he wouldn't mind me us doing it on stream.
There you go.
So those are the pictures of the work that's been done since the last show. A really nice Hot Wheels truck for Tim's dad, and then this injury.
This blistering injury. Hey, Larry, thanks for joining, buddy. The Micro Garage.
And then we've got your Mustang.
Yes, I finished that up, so I'm real happy with that. Again, another playing around with rusting using oil paints, just trying to get that technique down. I'm happy with how it's looking. And this is also the one we experimented with putting the bullet holes in the side on the driver's side.
Which looks really good.
Yeah, using that.
On the driver's side or the passenger side? Because I see him here.
It's on the passenger side.
Right.
And I used the pin punch, which I think worked out good because, yes, you can drill holes in, but obviously you get a solid drilled hole. So.
And I just threw that up there as well.
Oh, I was playing around with logos over the weekend, and I found a blank Hot Wheels logo and put. Can you zoom in on it? Because the Jackal Garage is like the font's like a broken up font. So I was just having a little fun. So I might get stickers made. I'm thinking about having that turned into stickers. Sorry.
Wait, I think I think when Tim suggested putting the skull behind it. If you position the skull correctly, that could be a headband. Or if you had a skull like at a 45-degree angle where it was facing kind of this way, not completely 90 degrees away, that would look like a headband, like he's riding a car and he's got his head out the window and the headband's flapping in the breeze.
There you go.
That could look really good. I really like that suggestion.
It might work. I'll play around with it. I'll have to do some layering and some different things to see how it all turns out. But
so that is the pictures that I completely. And the reason I completely failed is because I look at Discord pretty much every night. I don't always comment, but I look at Discord every night. And normally, if there's a lot of pictures, I move them over the files ahead of time. But I thought, oh man, there's only like 3 pictures. I'll get that tomorrow. And then, being my ancient brain dead self, poof, it went out of my brain, and I completely forgot.
Well, it looks like Larry's working on Primera Springs over the weekend.
I didn't know Hot Wheels made Primera Springs. That's really cool.
Well, it's just you can do whatever you want.
I'm just teasing.
And then it looks like Steve's busy over at the shop, but I'm sure he'll chime in throughout the evening and let us know how and then Don has just been busy working on his first car, so I'm excited to see what Don does.
I admire his dedication. He's got this gigantic wound, and he's still building his Hot Wheel car.
He might lose a finger.
Well, if he'd have stuck it too far in the center strip, that who knows? That may be what happened there.
And it looks like Tim is working on a train car. Okay, cool.
I am still working on my Bel Air. I didn't get as much done. I didn't get anything done this weekend, but other stuff. So.
Non-hobby related stuff.
That is my life right now. So,
all right,
but we'll get through it. We always do.
Before I jump into what I'm working on, I kind of want to jump into this product that I received.
You go right ahead and do that. I'm going to switch and I'm going to start working while you're doing that.
Well, I'm going to take full screen and show this stuff off because I'm kind of excited about it.
Yeah, go right ahead.
And I just want to. So this is not a paid promotion. I paid for this product myself. So this was something I wanted, but I wanted to share it with you guys because there are a lot of companies out there doing 3D printed stuff. This is a company out of the UK. They're called Dice Mechanic Games. And they also, if you go to their website, Joe's starting his Wacky Racers later this week. Sweet. I can't wait till he gets that on the table. It's going to be a fun version to play. But if you go to their website, Dice Mechanic Games, they actually give you the rules for their game called Auto Kill. And Auto Kill is another or I don't want to say post-apocalyptic. They're just calling it a vehicle combat game in the broken future, is what they're tagging it. So it's just another kind of crazy world game, kind of like Gaslands. But they have their own rules. Spent some time reading their rules, and they're a little bit more in depth than Gaslands, and actually have a little bit more to do with the drivers versus just the cars. So if you're interested in taking a look, their rules are free. You don't have to buy them. You can just download them, read them, see what they're all about. But you go into their store, and they've got a bunch of stuff for converting cars over. And they only deal with die-cast cars and conversion parts for die-cast cars. They don't sell any other gaming stuff. So it's just a little 3D printing company out of the UK. This box was their bundle of wheels. So this was one set of all the wheels that they sell. And I come up with a total of 19 sets of wheels. So in total, this whole box was $100 with shipping to my house. And they had very rapid shipping. I thought I was going to be waiting a couple weeks for this, and it showed up in record time as far as I'm concerned from coming across the pond. So let's open it up, and I'll show you what you get. This is everything you get in the package. So first thing that kind of excited me is they got this little card in there, and they give you a little sample package of other products that they sell, just so you can get kind of a taste of everything they have, which is something I wish more companies would do, so that you can kind of get a better feel for their product line. And it was just taped on there.
You found something you got real excited about. I thought they sent you some dice.
No, wait until Friday when I go buy my new dice for Blood Bowl. So the little sample stuff. You got a little front ram that's all jagged, and I went shopping with Cynthia yesterday, kept staring down the Hot Wheels section and thought, what would Mike do? I fought it off and urged. What Mike would have done was gotten into a fight with his wife and went down the Hot Wheel aisle like he normally does. So you got a front ram here. And what I liked about how they did their ram, it wasn't just pegs sticking out the back. They actually put some brackets back here to make it look a little bit more.
Those look like shock absorbers.
Oh, you could say shock absorbers. Okay. Yeah. So that's cool. So they just did a little bit extra detail, a little bit of extra love. This is a little gun that they gave in the sample package. It's neat. It's got a lot of great little detail to it. So, these were sample pieces. A nice little speaker, which I thought was neat. One of the special weapons in the game, like Tim just built recently in his station wagon. They do have like a sonic weapon, and speakers are the tool that are used. So you got that. I don't necessarily know what these are. I just know what I'm going to use them for. And I'll use these for guns that I'll put in housings and just have the barrels sticking out. So I'll just make those gun barrels. But these could also be like exhaust tips and things like that. But to me, they kind of look like gun barrels.
They definitely look like muzzles for the front.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. So,
those look like cooling vents for the exterior or on a muzzle brake.
Yeah, I guess they could also. There's no like barrel. Well, I guess that would be the barrel. But you could use them as exhaust tip. But I'm gonna use them as gun barrels. And then I got this cool little dude driving, and a nice little helmet. The detail on this model is amazing. It's a different material, though, so I don't know if this is an older product or a different product run, but it is a nice-looking model.
It was probably made off a different type of printer.
Could be.
Therefore, using a different type of polystyrene or plastic or whatever they're.
Maybe they were playing around with some different material.
Yeah.
But hey, I got another dude to put in the car, and then this thing I don't quite know what. This is a scrap piece. I don't know what this is yet. It looks like a little teddy bear with a helmet on it.
That is his dummy, so he can use the carpooling.
That's kind of what it looks like. It's got a little heart, little goggles on it. It looks like stubby little legs. So I think it's just a little stuffed animal or an ape or a gorilla.
You just strap it to the grill.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but it's that sense of humor that I find in that.
Yeah.
And again, these were just things they threw in a little bag and attached to a little piece of advertisement for their game. And I just wanted to show off the variety of their quality of printing, because obviously wheels are going to be kind of, they're exciting, but they're just wheels. So this is everything you get in the package. So you get a bunch of like four-wheel drive, larger wheels. And
Wow.
what's neat about them is there's a hole inside of them, and you get a little hub or centerpiece that you'll attach inside of that.
Where,
So,
where were those when I was doing the dynamic dualies? Woo!
well, these are
They're like twice the size of the ones I'm using.
they're 1 inch.
Wow, they're bigger than
Yeah.
bigger than toys.
So I got like 3 sets of these larger ones, and the wheel tread is different on all of them.
That's awesome.
So you got this tread here, which is
Ooh.
kind of like a knobby tire tread, which would be kind of more traditional of a off-road wheel.
Right.
And then you come over here and you get some more of the directional tread that you would see with like those big four-wheel drive trucks.
That looks very reminiscent of a paddle tire. Not quite a
Yes.
paddle tire, but very similar.
Almost like a tractor tire.
Yeah, yeah.
So you get those. And then these are even a better knobby tire. It's just a different pattern than the first one. And they're not as wide.
Yeah, they're more narrow.
So you got the two different sizes. But they're still the same thickness. So these would be, and they actually got,
The profile's the same on them. They're not low profile.
yeah,
They're narrower.
and they got all kinds of, they actually got wording on them.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, I am so old and my eyes are so shot, I can't read them. But you got it on both. You got smooth side, and then you have a text side. Did all of them have that? Well, the other ones do. Actually, they all have it. So that is cool. And again, what I like about it is you get these little hub pieces that go inside the wheel. So you got some options as far as how you build them. And then you get a little bit smaller. These, again, two different tread patterns. You got the paddle tires and you got the knobby tires, but the same concept, just smaller. So you got the insert that's going to go in that you can drill out prior to putting it into the wheel if you wanted to, or just glue it into the wheel, then drill it out if you're going to add an axle.
Right.
Again, this is all 3D printed.
Sweet.
And then we just get into smaller tires. So now we're getting into like normal size tires that you would put on just regular Hot Wheels, but they're just a couple different designs. These are like, what would you call these? Like more balloon style tires. They're kind of going outside the rim, almost like a ATV or something like that. Nice pattern, nice deep cuts into it. So they're going to paint up real nice. And again, you get on these, you actually have two different sets. Let me get them out here because these are little pieces of the inserts. So you got just like a basic cap, and then you have more of a decorative hubcap style. So you actually get two of the different cap pieces to put over the hole on the other side, which is just a little cool detail that they added into their wheels, just so that they look better. So they don't just look plain and you don't have a piece of metal sticking out of them like we got on the Hot Wheels. Again, these are just the same thing, just a little bit smaller than the ones I just showed you. And then we just go into smaller paddle or knob tires. So it's a variety. The stuff is well printed, looks great, has lots of detail. So look at these. These just look really cool.
Oh wow, they do. Those
So
are nice.
yeah, and you get the little hubcap pieces that you can put on them, just to kind of spruce them up. You got the two different styles, so I'm really liking that. So most of these are going to be off-road style tires, things like that. This is the only set of tires that don't have any kind of insert inside of them. So let me open these up real fast. So I'm assuming these are going to be used as spare tires or decorative pieces.
Right.
Because there's no hubcap for these tires. And there's actually a lip. inside to make it look like a real tire.
Evening, Adam.
Hey, Adam. So these are just extra tires. I can't use them, but I can put them on cars, or I can put them on pieces of terrain. Just a cool little feature, and it's another extra set that will be able to be used for tonight, though, because we're going to be working on this coupe. I want to add some of these wheels to it because this car, I'm using all 3D printed parts on it because this is going to be one of the cars I give to IOG, Imperial Outpost Gaming, and I wanted to showcase a lot of the 3D printed parts. So for this car, I'm actually going to use the 2 different style racing slicks.
Ooh.
So because 32 coupe, it would have racing slicks. So look at these; they're just nice, smooth tires that I'll be able to add on it. And I got 2 different sizes. I got a large one and a small one. And what we're going to do tonight is we're going to actually add these tires to that car.
Ooh, nice.
So, again, all of them they're a lot of the same patterns, just a lot of different sizes. And that's kind of what we're looking at here. And again, they sell them individually. When I was buying this, though, shipping is shipping. So when you ship across the ocean, you pretty much pay the same no matter how much you're having shipped over. So I figured, well, I might as well just order them all and see what I got. So this is what I did. Yeah. This is what I got.
It was shipping that caused you to do that. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what I'm blaming it on, anyways. That's what I told the wife. Mike, check. Okay, I'll check it when I can, buddy. So anyway, so these were the tires. If you have a chance, check out their website. Again, it was Dice Mechanic Games, and they are the home of Autokill, and they're on the old Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. But it's just dicemechanicgames.co.uk. You can check out the rules. They're free to download. You don't have to pay anything for any of their rules. So they got the rules, the supplements, the cards, and all that kind of stuff. So you can check them out if you're looking for a more intense game. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So
cool.
I'm going to jump off a full screen here, and I'm going to get to work on the coupe. And we're going to add these wheels to them. So, and also we're going to add, I think I already showed you the exhaust pipes that I picked up from another company, not your dad's army.
Right.
And then I'm also going to add these little guns to the windows.
Right.
So they're going to go on the windows just like that because I've covered up those windows. And they're going to go on just like that.
Very nice.
That's what we will be working on tonight.
Very cool.
What do you got?
I'm just trying to get caught up on the Bel Air because I just haven't had a chance to. Right now I'm doing the base coat and all the molding before I hit it with some chrome.
All right. I'm going to do a little bit of sanding.
Every time this weekend I tried to get some time to work on this thing, something came up.
You mean that life thing?
Yeah.
Oh, hopes if I'm on screen, huh?
Yeah, it does. So I was hoping to have it done and ready for tonight, but no such luck.
It is not a sprint. We're on marathons.
Well, the thing about it is it on stuff like this, it's a hobby. I'm not in any hurry to get it done. I haven't got a deadline, so if I can, I will. But I know the minute I start making it more like a commission job, the more I'm going to be like, nah.
Kind of regret it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't like to have any regrets.
Yeah, see what I've done is I've gone through all the.
Hey, let me give you full screen.
I've just gone on through all the molding and just given it a quick black base. So when I put the chrome on it, I'll leave a thin black line around it, like the headlamps, the bumper. I've done the blade in a darker gray that I'll be weathering up.
I can
So,
almost see inside the cab.
almost.
Almost. You might have to paint the interior.
Well, there may be a surprise in order for everybody on that very topic.
Oh, no.
So
Wheels are rolling.
you can take me off full screen now if you'd like.
All right. I will take you off the old full screener. So these wheels are just, they're obviously a different size and it's very visible. But the back one's about the same size. Front one's just a little bit smaller than the one that's on the body now. So. And since I'm that guy that unscrews and screws the cars back together, Jonathan hasn't joined us, has he?
Not yet, no.
Because I got a surprise.
He's in a stealth mode.
I got a surprise for him.
Ooh, he loves surprises.
Well, so last week when we were on the show, he was talking about an El Camino.
Right.
And I found a 1971 El Camino, like a normal El Camino, not like the one with the jet engines in it.
Oh, that's nice.
And it's the Venomized Captain America I'm from the cartoon series. But it's a nice looking El Camino. And I was like, going to set him up with the car. Because he was like, didn't he want to do like a low rider or something like that?
Yeah, I think so. I think he was talking about doing that.
And then he's not here.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be along.
What are we going to do with that kid?
I don't know. He's a handful, that much is sure.
He keeps us on our toes.
I am right now trying to find my Vallejo metallic chrome.
Metallica chrome?
Something like that. It has left my my site, and I cannot find it now. Which means I put it somewhere. Don't remember where I put it.
All right, so looking at these wheels, it looks like they have the same bolt pattern on both sides. So this should be relatively easy. I don't have to pick one side over the other.
You say that now.
I know. We all know Mike's demo disasters.
We both have them.
Yes, our demo disasters. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do, because this metal, I don't have something the same size as that hole to fit them.
Right.
So I'm probably just going to whip up some green stuff, pack in the green stuff, and then pop the axle in. And then hit the green stuff with just a little bit of Zap-A-Gap to kind of cure it real fast.
Zappy-gappy?
Zappy-gappy. But I'm going to have to widen this slot for the axle because it's much larger. We already know how I do that. I got my file. And I just start filing away.
The other big distraction for me has been Grot Fang. So,
well, how close are you? I know that's for a Wednesday night show, but
yeah, I am damn close to be as. I hate it when I do this.
What happened?
I can't find my chrome. It's my favorite color for what I want to do here, and it has eluded me.
Is it the Vallejo, the Model Air?
Yeah, it was hiding right in front of me. Let me show you where it was hiding. Here's my table. Okay, right here.
All right.
I sit back here, as you can tell.
Uh-huh.
It was right there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, right. It was right next to my sonic cleaner. I need help.
I think you need a new prescription for your glasses.
I think it goes way beyond that.
That's true.
It's a much deeper problem.
You have a much more deep-rooted problem.
Yeah, I believe.
All right.
That is
so
true.
Again, one of the reasons why I like these cheap files from Harbor Freight is it's about the right thickness for most of the axle material that I use.
Right.
So I just file out the slot, and now I've got the perfect spot for my axle.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think you necessarily have to. Like, I could probably just glue these straight to the plastic, but I'm an axle kind of guy. I'm an axler.
That sounds like a Billy Joel song.
Again, we're going to pull out the trusty knife or cutters that Jeff told us all about. That we should have all run out and bought by now.
Great cutters.
And I'm just going to try to roughly get a size that I want it. Actually, I could probably just glue it in place and then just cut it off, but I'll do it the right way or the wrong way.
Well, this is something, there's not necessarily a right way. There's a way that works for you. And there are ways that everyone else does.
And voila, we are cut.
Voila.
You gotta cut me, Mickey, cut me. Sorry, without Jonathan here, we don't have our movie reference person.
Yeah.
I have a feeling Joe's running out and buying me Hot Wheels right now. I think that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, but the thing about that is you've already got them all.
I don't have them all. I just have a lot. Based on your comment earlier today, Joe, about paying the rent in Hot Wheels. No, I have a bin. A bin of Hot Wheels.
I love my repeatograph print.
Well, what you working on?
Panel lines.
Got it.
Door jam, stuff like that.
Door jam. Oh, that's such a bad name for somebody.
Door jam?
If you wanted to name like one of your drivers, I'm going to name my driver Door Jam.
I'm going to go with Taser Face.
No. I am caught up on The Mandalorian, though. So.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
If Jonathan was here. What was about the movie reference person? What am I, Chaplin? Okay. I really love these wheels, dude. Sweet. I'm going to do some cleanup.
Yeah, they look like really nice, clean-cut wheels. They look really good.
Yeah, there's a little, like, I'm an honest guy. There's a little weirdness right here, but I'm going to file it all down. It'll be gone. Or I'll put that towards the bottom and it won't be seen.
As we've talked about many times, you have to alter it. So.
Well, I alter things to make it work for me. Better than Toe Jam. I don't know. I kind of like Toe Jam. So for the front ones, I got two different. I don't even know if I can show you guys.
Hang on a minute. You kind of like Toe. There is a lot to unpack from a statement. I like Toe Jam.
I like the name Toe Jam.
Okay, fair enough.
So I'm going to zoom in on this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. So that is the hub. So the wheel normally looks like this.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a 6-bolt kind of a rim.
Mm-hmm.
The larger
move your hand
cap.
Up
let me move my. The larger one looks just like a hubcap and goes in there. Oh boy, can I even get this small one in the hole? And then the smaller one shows the bolt pattern still.
Right. Ah!
You see what I'm showing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think I'm going to go with the smaller ones because I like the bolt patterns.
Right.
And since I already have it in the hole, boy, I'm going to have to take it out and cut a little bit of that off. I'm just wondering if it'll be easier to put it into the put glue in the hole and then put the piece in, or put the piece in then put glue in the hole.
That's
operational patterns. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the end of one of my micro brushes with a little bit of poster tack, and we're going to squish it on there.
The distributor that I ordered for the Academy from finally got those micro brushes back in stock, so they're coming back to the shop finally after forever.
After forever.
They have been out of stock.
I love the micro brushes. I honestly, I don't know how else to brag about them, but they're fantastic for a lot of different things.
Yes.
But mainly for me, it's, oh no, I made a mistake. Fantastic. Then I can use the micro brush to kind of clean it up. Clean up my mistakes.
You had been talking about the Queen's Gambit.
Yes.
I went into Netflix to locate it, and while I was going, I came across a show called The Crown. Which I have been watching instead.
The Crown, and my wife is watching The Crown.
Yeah.
And she is enjoying it tremendously.
It is actually pretty better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
So my plan now is to get caught up on The Crown and then switch to the Queen's Gambit.
Joe and I were conversating about what we were binge watching because he was looking for something new.
Oh.
So I'm going to tell you guys all about a home repair project I had over the weekend.
I gotta do home repair after the show tonight.
Uh-oh, what do you got to fix?
Something's wrong with our disposal. It's kind of backed up, so I gotta take it apart and take a look at it.
We're watching the
Animaniacs reboot.
Okay, I don't know what the Animaniacs are, so.
You don't know what the Yeah, the Animaniacs was a really great animated series produced by Spielberg in the 90s, I believe.
It's vaguely
Yakko,
scratching some of the dust in my brainiacs.
Yakko, Wacko, and Todd. They live in the Warner Brothers water tower.
Okay. I don't know what they are.
It's also where Pinky the Brain debuted.
Sweet. Pinky the Brain. Feel like I'm getting my drugs out of my little baggie. Gonna put my wheels on. Sorry, you guys. I am a junkie about all this stuff. So I had a simple home repair. So.
Oh yeah, good. Sorry.
I have a regular, I have a Moen faucet, and it was the bathroom one. It was slowly had a drip. Well, if you got a drip, usually you just got to replace a couple rubber gaskets. But with all things modern, you have to replace a cartridge in the faucet.
Right.
And, okay, so I think I told you a little bit about this on the YouTube video thing.
Yep.
And so I got it all fixed, and I thought I was good. Well, Home Depot doesn't sell the actual Moen faucet piece, and the piece that I bought from Home Depot, that was the only one they had for the Moen faucet, it still leaks. So then I had to go out and order online the actual piece and spend more time fixing it. So
Did you get it sorted?
Yeah, because I got the actual mowing part, not this generic crap that Home Depot sells, which is frustrating because, these big box stores come in and put all the small businesses out, and then they don't carry the stuff you need because they want you to buy a whole new faucet.
Yes.
So, anyways, that was my home repair story.
My son-in-law has a theory because you go to Walmart, you can't find anything right now other than their great value stuff, which is all their own line of groceries products.
Yeah.
And it actually makes total sense. They're either they can't restock the mainstream line, or they are not stocking it so they can keep selling their and great. Now, don't get me wrong, Great Value is not a bad brand. This stuff is really good. I love their bread, but it's just kind of funny that you go in looking for bread, and the only bread you can find is Walmart brand Great Value bread. You can't find bacon, but you can find the Walmart brand Great Value bacon.
That is a very viable theory
Yes.
because if they can get people used to buying their brand, it only takes 21 days to create a new habit.
Yeah, and that's
and they get people buying that brand bread and everything else, they'll get used to it.
Yeah. No.
And then when all this is over, people will still buy it.
Okay. Tim wants you to regale me with what happened to him on Saturday.
Well, let me first regale Adam, because Adam said he 3D printed some wheels.
Ooh, nice.
And I am excited to see what Adam 3D printed, because I'm kind of curious if he's 3D printing stuff for our build off that we have coming up in December. I couldn't get this hubcap to go on. So I'm kind of excited to see what Adam 3D printed. Maybe Rancid Vomits will post a picture on the Discord for us all to see.
Sweet.
I don't know. Was that too direct? Was I too direct in that statement?
I don't think it was as subtle as you were hoping for.
It wasn't very subtle.
No.
Adam, fine. I'm sorry if that was too direct. I've been told I'm very direct.
Depends on the topic.
That is true.
Me, I always
he gave us a big maybe. All right, Adam. I'll take the big maybe. So Tim wants me to regale him and what happened to him this weekend. So Tim, I don't know if you guys know this. I'm sure you know this. Is a model railroader. So
and even with that in mind, I still talk to him.
I know. We still adore you, Tim. Or I don't know if adore is the right word.
Very Freudian.
I printed a bunch of signs and trains for Gaslands too. Keep teasing, Adam. Just keep teasing, man. Keep pushing that button.
He's taunting.
He is taunting me badly. Anyway, so Tim is into model railroads. He's deep into it. He's got a bunch of friends. He's been into it his entire life. A buddy of his is getting out of model railroading and drove over from California and gave him all of his model railroads, locomotives, and rolling stock.
Nice.
So, well, it is quite the amount. Like almost, probably from when he bought it, from what it's worth today, probably $10,000 worth of stuff.
Okay.
So now Tim has a dilemma on his hands on how to be a model railroader. Like, oh, boy, David just flooded me with a big old comment. So anyways, that's what happened to Tim this weekend. It's kind of like he hit the hobby lottery.
David has entered into your bad Home Depot story. He says, I have a better Home Depot story. I bought a brand new shower set for $150. I went back and installed everything to find out after I turned the water back on that somebody damaged the plastic cartridge by soldering the brass part the cartridge went into without taking the plastic part out first.
Oh.
The heat damaged the plastic, so they returned it. I ended up with a fountain inside my wall.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm sorry, David.
That's horrible.
And I'm sure Home Depot was like, "Well, that's your fault, sir."
Yeah, they don't quite take responsibility for it.
Well, we already had conversations about that.
Well, that's actually good news for Tim.
Yeah.
I'm just why couldn't he just tell? Oh, I know. I didn't want to type it.
Exactly.
Took me a second.
Well, but it brought it actually sparked him and I to have a pretty lengthy conversation about our collections and what to do. You know, we're older, and it's like, well, what would we do with our collections if when we got too old? Like when I hit my 60s or 70s, am I still gonna go out collecting Hot Wheels?
I'll let you know in 3 years.
Oh, you let me know. So
No,
it
I
can.
turned 60 in 3 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
So it sparked some conversation because that's obviously why his friend he's getting older. He started collecting. He was a collector and always had intentions of doing cool things and building a layout, and just never happened. And he gotten older and there's no real clubs anymore. He just kind of lost interest and then just gave up all of his stuff. So it's just one of those reality things. Um, but
Yeah.
like Tim said, it's an overwhelming collection.
So
So
you got into a very metaphysical conversation about what happens to us and our hobby stuff at this point,
as we
and
get older.
that's a viable conversation. It's
But until then, I will continue to collect Hot Wheels.
well, I used to tell my kids I wanted them to melt my miniatures down and make my coffin out of that because I wanted to punish my pallbearers. Um, but I don't have any metal miniatures anymore.
They're all plastic, so you
So
just
they're
make it.
all, they're all plastic now. So
Uh, Joe said, Kim said, why not? Why not what? Help me understand the why not.
and Tim, if Mike gave me all of his Hot Wheels, it'd be appreciative, but it still wouldn't be as much storage space as all that train stuff. Hot Wheels are really, they don't take up a lot of space. There's a lot of it,
um,
not in comparison to that much railroad stuff. I'm
yeah,
assuming I'm assuming it was HO, or are
yeah,
you
it's
one of the
all eight.
crazy guys that does O gauge or
Nah,
Lionel. You know,
it was all eight.
yeah. That's still a lot of stuff. That's actually really
Oh
cool.
yeah, yeah. It's just a reality check.
Joe's asking why you're not going to buy Hot Wheels at 60 or 70.
I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I don't know what I'll be doing when I'm 60 or 70.
Well, in my experience, most guys when they that are into the hobby at some point, they kind of start narrowing their focus on their hobbies. And like right now we have several different things that we collect and we work on. From working in a hobby shop so long, those guys eventually settle down to one aspect, like the historical guys that come into IO. They used to play their what they played was a lot broader in the past than what they play now. So they kind of narrow it down. At least that's been what I've seen. Um,
Yeah, and that's I went from buying all the GW product to now I just buy Hot Wheels.
I'll probably. Um, David wants to know: do you collect Hot Wheels cars as a hobby, not for Gasland?
All cars are meant to be for Gaslands, but many of them will never be opened for Gaslands.
I'm waiting for the phone call where you tell me I just bought the 24 scale diecast car. It's really cool. I can't wait to take it apart and convert it.
Um, um,
Did that already happen?
not 24 scale, but 32nd scale. And I used to have them sitting at. So one of the things that Tim and I wanted to do was I wanted to, how I am about my convention games. And if you
Yeah.
guys don't know how I am about my convention games, I really think convention games are cool. And I wanted to do an upscaled version of Gaslands. So I bought a bunch. I bought a couple 130. I got a. I don't know where they are though right now, which scares me even more. Um, I wanna do Gaslands in 1/32 scale, so that way we can do like demos.
Sure.
And I thought that would be really cool in a larger scale because then I can use weapons off of 1/35 scale tanks and military stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
and just have some really cool larger scale cars. And then we could demo it and people could see it from afar because you know as well as I do, if you demo something and it's people can see it, you'll get more interest in it.
Well, let's not kid ourselves. You bought bigger cars because you could see them easier.
Yes. And I may build those on the show one day.
Yeah, that's cool.
But that was my logic behind going to larger. The only problem I had with doing 1/24th, it would be harder to find weapons unless I knew somebody with a 3D printer that would print stuff for me at 1/24 scale.
Man, your subtlety is improving. Not
Is it getting better?
no,
No.
no.
Rob found a guy using Gaslands with Speed Freak Orc vehicles. Sure, I don't see why not. Like Gaslands is just a very generic set of rules you can do anything with. You just got to make the templates a little bit bigger.
See if you can see what I'm. This is what I'm doing now. If you can see, I put that black below it, so the molding kind of pops out a little bit more. Now I'm going to rust all that up, but I wanted the molding. I wanted that little bit of black in those recesses on those edges.
Yeah.
So
Love it. Love it. So I got my first wheel down. But yeah, David, I actually, Blair, I kind of am collecting certain types of Hot Wheels, and that is the Real Rider sets. Those are kind of what I collect because I think they look cool. They're nicer cars, and I have quite a few of them. And if anybody needs a car, let me know. I might have one or two laying around that they could have. Because, just want to spread the love. That's why I'm kind of looking forward to getting back into the shop and getting the game back on the table. Am I talking to you, Adam? I don't know. Who else was bragging about 3D printing earlier? And, just trying to make my life complicated.
I actually see a 3D printer in your future. This is going to eat at you.
I just haven't quite done it yet.
I bet you've shopped a bit.
I've shopped. Well, I've talked to Darren quite a bit and Cody.
Yeah.
Adam, we will chat. We will chat and figure out what we can do for printing. One of the things, not maybe Adam can confirm or deny this. When you get into 3D printing, it's like a whole nother hobby onto itself.
Oh yeah.
It's a little bit more skill based with learning how to use the program and the software. But from what I'm understanding about 3D printing the most is the hobby becomes fixing your 3D printer.
Well, I have completely figured out 3D printing and how it works. It's magic.
So you call Darren?
I just whenever I would be in the academy and somebody come over and start asking me about 3D printing, I go, well, you really need to talk to Darren because as far as I'm concerned, it's just magic.
It's dark, deep magic.
Darren does some stuff, and this really cool model comes out the other side.
That's it.
That's how it works.
So I did find that the larger wheels in the back, which have a larger hole, the ends of my Q-tips that I save, which are little, I don't think these are styrene. It's a little bit more brittle than styrene. Fits fine. They fit in a hole just fine. So I'll use those as my axle. Okay, so Adam is confirming that yes, 3D printing is more of a hobby about figuring out what's wrong with your 3D printer.
Yeah, because it's it's like Scotty says, the more complicated you make the drain or the plumbing, the easier it is to stop up the drain. So,
Yep.
and right now, I think it's very reminiscent of when laser cutters became affordable. Everybody had a laser cutter,
Yep. I
and
almost bought a laser cutter.
now it's all 3D printing, and I'm waiting for the matter transformer. Then I'll be on board
What's a matter transformer?
when I can just go. Oh, I want this, and it takes energy and makes it like the transporter in Star Trek.
Well, and I think David also does 3D printing. He just doesn't rub it in my face as much as Adam. But yes, David's saying it gets easier. So I don't know. Might just cut into my Hot Wheel collecting time. I don't know if you guys want that to happen. Because who's going to tell you about all the new cars coming out? The internet? The internet doesn't tell you the truth. Programmable matter. Programmable matter.
Yeah, that's cool. Somebody's been watching Star Trek Discovery.
I love how Adam spelled David's last name. It was obviously just he forgot that it's a space bar, but it's almost like
Dude, whoa!
I know it was a complete mess. It was just a typo, but
Dial it back, man. Whoa! The 3D printers, the guys are going at it. No, I'm the 3D printer guy. No, I'm the 3D printer guy.
yes, that company I was talking about, they actually have some of their own Dice Mechanic Games. They actually have some of their own cars that they print and motorcycles, and they have like Harleys. They don't do like the futuristic type bikes. They have like Harleys. And I thought Lenny was going to join us because they had a dude that looked like Lenny with a beard. Well, they had a bald dude, so I just assumed it looked like Lenny. Just because it was a bald dude.
Did they paint the base goblin green?
And I'm Spartacus. This is Spartica. I don't think they did. Look at that. Look at that.
Sexy, sexy.
Just a little bit. Again, so much fun working on Hot Wheels like this. And just like chopping them up and doing things. So you and the family doing a big Thanksgiving thing?
That is still being debated.
Okay.
Because I have to say, our governor, Governor Hogan, is really on top of his game, and we've managed to where a lot of states are in this really massive climb. He's managed to, with what he's done, to keep it on a much smaller curve. But it is going up, but not as fast as the national average. So he has done a really good job of kind of keeping things going. And I have to say, with the exception of some just minor hiccups here and there, a lot of the people. I mean, I live in a little town, and there you do have your "I'm not wearing a mask" period, no matter what happens. But the state has actually done a pretty good job of maintaining it. But even our little hospital here in Elkton is almost to capacity, and it's so the family's debating on if getting together. But the nice thing for us is pretty much everybody isolates themselves from other than family members. So I think we'll be okay, and I think it's going to actually happen. But we're just making sure. The other thing we have to make sure of is there's a gathering limit that are in place right now. So I think the number right now is 15, but it may drop to 10 before Thanksgiving.
Well, you don't have that many family members.
No. Well, yeah, if it goes to 10, we'd be over. That's what we're concerned about. Yeah. because it's not just it's not just my side of the family, but my oldest daughter, her in-laws usually join us as well. And now Zoe's my son-in-law, Zoe's husband, his mother joined us, and his brother will join us, and that throws us over the limit if they lower the limit again. So we're not sure what's going to happen.
Right.
And because some of the individuals involved, myself included, are at that. Mine is not so much my age, which is a bit of a factor, but the additional conditions, me being anemic and some other things make me a little bit more of a high risk.
Well, I don't think the mental part will cause you any risk.
Not at all. I still think I'm Napoleon.
All right. Well, it's just going to be Andy and I, so we are not having anybody over. We're not doing anything. It will be a lot of phone calls. So you may get a phone call from me on Thanksgiving.
That'll be fine. I will have my phone, and I will even answer.
Maybe.
Well, you're not my brother, so.
Oh, that's true. Thank God. David just called me a legal chop shop, which I do like that concept. And that he's going to call the FBI on me. But I don't understand how he can do that if it's a legal chop shop.
I think you meant to say illegal.
Oh, well, that would make sense. Hey, tell you, I'm loving these wheels.
I kind of got that impression.
So this is the one that has a little bit of a blemish down there. So we'll just put that towards the ground.
I've been playing around with my new dice because I couldn't help myself.
And how are they rolling?
I think they're trying to sucker me in because I'm doing okay. And I think what they're trying to do is get me to trust them so they can fail me on game day.
Joe is accepting my invitation to come over on Thursday for Thanksgiving. Kim's working, so I'm free. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, David's going to swing by after Joe now that we're neighbors. Actually, I don't think you live that far from me, David. So we kind of are neighbors. Well, Arizona's kind of in a bad spot, so not a whole lot. They haven't done anything. Like they're not enforcing anything else. They're not creating any new mandates. But
Hogan has basically said anyone that because right now, if you're anywhere inside, you have to have a mask on. If you're outside and you're not social distancing, you better have a mask on. And they are enforcing it. Those that blatantly disregard it, which like we had Delaware, which I live very close to Delaware. They had up at University of Delaware. They had a frat house throw this gigantic party, and there was I think it was like 70 people there, something huge. And the state of Delaware just pulled up and went, no.
No.
Go, and they cited the frat. They gave the frat a citation.
Good.
And it was it's getting pretty serious.
The thing out here that's been trending is the kids are, I don't know if they're breaking in or renting abandoned like warehouses and throwing big parties.
I read that.
So I don't know necessarily what they're doing yet, but yeah, that's the trend out here.
Well, the simple fact remains is my fear is we're going to, like for example, the hospital here. It's a very small rural hospital, and if it gets overwhelmed, and I have another situation. Remember how often I was in the hospital in Arizona? On and off, I'd be in the hospital because my blood pressure would spike, or I'd have some issues there. And if the hospital is overcrowded, I got nowhere to go.
Yeah, you sit on the sidelines.
And that's my biggest my. I mean, there are many reasons why I agree with what Hogan is doing, but the biggest one being is we can't overwhelm our healthcare system.
Right.
But poor doctors and nurses and paramedics and CNAs are just getting worked to death in some states. And
they are out here. So, do we humor David and answer a non-Gaslands question? Because just because it's Jackal Garage doesn't mean we always have to talk Gaslands.
Well, Blood Bowl's been canceled, and it's now a Blood Bowl universe-based card game. So,
well, all right. There's your answer. What's your question, David?
He's asking when will Blood Bowl is actually Blood Bowl coming out. I think it's this weekend, is it not?
I thought it was Friday, Black Friday. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, this is the one time out of the year.
Joe's shining. Joe said Saturday, possibly Friday. Joe's on top of it. Way to go, Joe.
All right. Well, yeah. Joe is a representative, but this is the one. I think it might be more of a delivery issue than anything.
I was getting ready to tell Joe, this is your moment to shine, buddy.
And he did it.
We kind of dissed him on the whole movie thing. So it's your time, dude. Do it. You got it.
Yes. But yeah, so it should be out this weekend for sure. I have my copy on pre-order. I spoke to Joe myself. I didn't have my agent call. I actually called. So
here's what I'm actually doing, guys. You can see I got all that molding done. So I wanted the molding to stand out because when I rusted up, I wanted some of that chrome coming through. So one of the nice things about weathering is I don't have to be as neat as I normally would be because I'm gonna weather over it. So I can cheat a little bit. So you can take me on full screen now.
And I'm going to take full screen. So these are the wheels I added.
That's awesome. That looks great.
So these are the new Dice Mechanic Games wheels. Perfect size. Now here's the blemish I was talking about. There's a little bit of a shift. And again, maybe something happened with their 3D printer or I don't know, but there's a little shift. I can fix all that. So one part of the hobby, and I think you and I were talking about this last week, sometimes one part of the hobby is fixing the stuff from the manufacturers.
That you got in that set of wheels, you got the expert set.
I got the expert set. So anyway, so that's what I've got going on there. So from here, so the gun's going on relatively simple. Those are just going to glue on the flat spot. They just need to be painted. So those are going there. The next big project I need to work on is getting these cool exhaust pipes coming out the side here. So that's what we're going to work on next.
Well, it is actually 20 after 10, my time. 20 after.
Oh, man. It's 20 after 8, my time. So we'll clip one of these off real fast.
Time flies. Well, I'm gonna very quickly put a coat of my armor wash. I may have to break out my second bottle of the leftover armor wash because this stuff is great.
Armor wash.
Armor wash used to be the standard black wash from GW.
Oh, man.
Years ago, and because it actually was really great. Go ahead, guess it. Wait for it. Armor.
Oh, it was for armor?
Amazing. Yeah, and a buddy of mine, when we switched to those the boulder round type bottles,
mm-hmm.
the promotions department that handled all the painting and the White Dwarf and that kind of stuff, they said, "Hey guys, we got all this paint we got to throw away because we got to throw the new paints. Come back and help yourself." And a good friend of mine who is very on the ball grabbed a couple boxes of 6 armor wash, and he has been very generous. Guess what color I grabbed?
Gilliman blue.
Space Wolf gray.
Oh, close enough.
All those, and I'm hoarding Gilliman blue now. So when last time I saw him, he gave me a couple bottles of it, and the stuff is like gold.
It's gold.
It's awesome.
So I think what I'm gonna do, I don't know what this is. There's like a weird detail here. So what I need to do to get these pipes to work is I think I need to cut that detail off. and put the pipe back there.
Right.
So it's kind of sticking out the side here.
That'll work.
So let's slowly but surely
Now
trim that off.
the big decision I'm trying to make on this guy is I've already decided I'm going to rust her up so she looks all icky. But I haven't decided how rusty I'm going to make these blades. I have not decided that yet.
And that's a tough one because they should be getting rammed into things, so
Yeah.
there'd be a lot of silver edges, obviously.
Well, I think where I'm going to go with this is since I want it to look like it was made, the car was found in a garage that had been abandoned for a while. I think I'm going to do the same thing with with this blade, that it was made with stuff that was just lying about, some plate steel that was here and there that they ground down. So I'm going to definitely put a nice shiny edge on all the cutting surfaces and go from there.
All right. Armor wash was almost as needed as chestnut ink. Oh, I remember. I still have chestnut ink.
Yeah.
I love chestnut ink. Steve picked up the rest of the stuff to finish building his knit army. Sweet. I picked up a big can of Raid, so we're good to go.
I even got my little tiny sponge for my tiny weathering.
And Tim, I would do a light, I'm assuming rust effect.
Yeah, I am resting.
Really
I'm tired. Whew. All this pain. Yeah, no, I think you're right, Tim. I think that's probably the best way to go. And like I said, I'm being a little rough with it because I don't have to be all delicate because I'm gonna rust affect it so I can clean up those little faux pas at that point. I'm kind of wanting to stay and work on the car now because I don't want to go out and tear my garbage disposal apart.
I don't blame you.
My automatic cat box already blew up, and I'm waiting for parts for that so I can fix that.
I'm gonna kind of sticky tack this thing in to show you guys what I'm working on, how I'm gonna make these pipes work.
Sticky tack.
Sticky tack. That's all I got. Sticky tack.
What we need.
So that's what I'm looking at doing. So here, let me pop on full screen. That's what I'm looking at doing. I want the pipes to be sticking out, kind of following the shape of the.
That's gonna look so hot.
Of the hood there.
Yep.
So I could cut them shorter if I wanted to, but I don't know. I kind of like how that's gonna look. I think that's gonna look. Exploding cat box, no good.
No, not good. Not good at all.
So that's kind of where I'm going with this. So I'm gonna be sticking way out the side. I can bring them in a little bit, but that's what I'm looking at. And then with those wheels, look at that.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I like it a lot.
Like those pipes are gonna be dragging on the ground.
I got to tell you, having a self-cleaning cat box for the last year and a half has been awesome. But there's the motor is in the part that scrapes out the pan. There's a power ribbon that goes from the motor to the actual power supply, basically the circuit board, and that's gone bad. So I have to order the part so I can replace it because the part was only if it was under $50. Replacing the self-cleaning cat litter was like $200. So.
David says that looks brutal. Keep the length. Yes, I agree with you, David. Keep them long.
It is 10:25.
All right, so it's pretty much where I'm going to go. This car will be done next week. I just need to paint up the dude that's going to be sitting in the back with a shotgun.
Jeff Bridges is going to be in that car. The dude.
Yes, Jeff Bridges is going to be in the car.
Awesome.
So I'll get that done, and then I'll get these parts done. So I need to start my next project, and my next project is going to be a challenge with you, buddy.
Me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, me?
Hold on, I got to press the right buttons here. So on Friday, I'm going to get a package sent out to you, get all the, get that Space Marine out to you, get some cars out to you.
Go generously donated to the car.
and then I'm gonna get you some cars sent out. So not a lot, maybe
Me,
5.
me and my grandson will appreciate that.
Well, I am sending you a Flintstone machine
Okay.
because I figured your grandson or your granddaughter
And
might.
he every time he comes over, he's like, "Can I look at your Hot Wheels?" And he ends up tearing all the Hot Wheels he sent me out of the box. And I've pulled the ones that I want to do immediately
Right.
that are up to my, so he doesn't have access to them. And it's really kind of funny because he looks at them and pulls them all out, and then he puts all of them back in very neatly, but one. And then he looks at me, and I'm like, "What do you want, buddy?" He goes, "Do you really need that one, Bob Pop?" And I'm like, "I guess not."
Well, I'm gonna get you some more sent over. I found a picture on the internet,
Sweet.
and what I want to do is between you and I, and anybody can join if they want.
Right.
We're gonna look at the picture, and we're gonna take the basic concept of that picture, and then we're gonna build our own cars.
No. Okay. Now
And
we go
just
the same picture, and we each do the same thing, our own interpretation, or is that what you're talking about?
yes. So we're gonna take the concept from the picture. You'll understand more when you see the picture.
Okay.
And I'll post it up on the Discord. And if anybody wants to join, they're more than welcome to. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that and we're gonna run with it.
Cool.
So it's a heavily converted car for the most part. It's not too out of the control, and I think it'll look good because the month of December I'm already throwing down with Adam,
Right.
and we're both doing the DeLoreans.
Right. And
So
I've got in December, I'm doing the Sanguinius build with Jonathan.
yes, but that's on our other channels.
Yes, there are other absolutely. But I mean, I was just
creative
projects. I was just talking projects for the month of December.
No,
Yeah.
So with me doing the DeLorean throwdown, I wanted to do another throwdown to keep me busy through the month of December.
Ah, got it. I'm with you.
Just having one car is, not enough.
I can see that.
Because once I, like you see, I get so far with the car and I'm done because I got to let stuff dry, blah blah blah.
Right.
So I want to be able to work on a couple cars.
Got it. I'm with you.
So that's where we're gonna go.
Got it.
Friday, I'll get that package in the mail. You should get it either. I'll try to get it out maybe tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. I can't. It's gonna have to be Friday.
Yeah, Thursday's well, you
Holiday.
can drop it in a box, a mailbox, but yeah.
Oh, it's a big package,
Yeah.
priority mail thing. So
okay. Well, just
anyways, I'll get it in the mail to you on Friday. You should have it the following week.
That'll by the time but hopefully by Friday I'll have Grotfang and this Bel Air done. So
sweet.
I'll be ready for my next projecto because as you can see, it takes me much longer than it does you to get things so.
Well, I've been working on this car for quite some time.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is when I'm here, my first in the morning when I first start, it's my commission stuff that I got to get started out. I'm not going to have a lot. Yeah, I got commissions that I'm behind on. I'm not getting any new commissions, thank God. That's kind of a double-edged sword right now.
You got to pay the bills.
And then after that, around 5-6 o'clock, I eat dinner, and then I switch over to something else. And what's been happening is my daily time with doctor's appointments and everything else has been cut in half. And then at night, I really don't feel like working on my own stuff. It's because it's just I'm tired or I got something going on. So big long list of first world problems, really.
Sure. Well, it looks like David got his hobby room unpacked, so that's a plus.
Cool.
So he can start doing.
Did you see the pictures of Darren's hobby room? Speaking of hobby rooms, in Montana.
Is it more recent than the other ones? Like what I saw he had all the paint racks out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know if you'd see that. That's a gorgeous picture. It's a heck of a room. Yeah. So
super jelly. Super jelly.
And he'll be joining us Wednesday night. So
sweet.
That'll be awesome.
All right. So anyway, so be ready for that. I will get that package in the mail Friday for you.
Cool.
Just basically, I got to clear out a bunch of crap. I gotta get crap out of my life. So I'm gonna
I
send it to you.
As always.
So, anyways, you got anything else?
No, that's about it.
All right. Well, thank you all very much for joining us. Again, if you get a chance, go check out Dice Mechanic Games. Take a look at some of the stuff they got if you're interested in purchasing some 3D printed stuff, or go buy a 3D printer and print your own, whichever. And we will be back Wednesday
Yes.
for the Wolf's Den, and we'll continue working on Thanksgiving. I've got my Squigoth sitting behind us, so I'll continue working on him or her. We haven't decided yet. We're gender neutral in this world. And then we'll be back on Saturday for the usual What's New with Mike and Jeff.
Yep.
I may or may not have my new Blood Bowl stuff on Saturday, so we'll see. But the Blood Bowl itself is being put under the tree, but the dice will be mine. I'll be rolling some dice. So you know me and dice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, anyways, everybody, thank you all very much. Have a great week, and we'll see you again on Wednesday night.
See you guys.
Bye.